I really wanted to talk to you about the Nisim and the miracles that we experienced, and also about the waxing and the waning of the moon. Here we see Klal Yisrael on top with these tremendous miracles, but then tragedies, chayalim, precious souls, young boys who died. But I want to talk to you a little bit for a moment about Parshas Korach. At the beginning of the parsha, we see that Korach gathers together his forces, his troops and his disciples, his followers, and they say, Kol kol kulo kadoshim lama tisnas al kashem. They have a very strong argument. But the punishment for Korach v'Adaso is very, very severe. And the question is why? After all, we're influenced by the Western world and concept of democracy. In democracy, there's room for protest and for criticism. So if Korah comes forward, standing in front of Moshe and Aaron with criticism, why does he deserve such a harsh punishment? That's the main question that's raised by the Mefarsh. But the Medrash tells us that Korach gathered together the people and he attacked various institutions that were so fundamental in Jewish life, the mitzvah of tzitzis, and of course he argued that what if you have a tal shekula tcheles, if one string of tcheles is enough, then why do you need tcheles on a beggar that's kula tcheles? He attacked the institution of mezuzah, of bayis malei sfarim. Why should it use mezuzah? What's going on over here, according to the Medrash, is that Korach is a different type of criticism. There's a criticism that could be constructive. You have a student in a class who asks a question. He wants to know. He wants knowledge. He wants understanding. He's legitimate. He's real, and he doesn't want to be destructive. But then you have other students who simply want to be destructive. Korach wants to undermine and destroy the institutions that Moshe and Aaron had worked so hard with such devotion to create, to establish. And he wants to undermine these decisions, these institutions. His motivation is destruction. He's like the student in the class who wants to make fun of the teacher. He attacks the teacher, really not the knowledge. He's not sincere. And so this is what Korach represents, a kind of protest out of antagonism in order to destroy. And that kind of a criticism is very erosive, very dangerous, and has to be eradicated. And that's why the punishment is so severe. Chazal speak about the midah of leitzanus, of cynicism. And if you take a look in the Mesilas Yesharim, he says that leitzanus is just the opposite of everything that's meaningful in Yiras Hashem. His lashon is mafsidei hazehirus heim haschok v'halotzon, an amazing sentence. That's why leitzanus, which is just simply cynical criticism in order to destroy, is so dangerous. He writes that we avoid these kinds of weeds that have to be uprooted from our nation, that kind of opposition and cynicism that's just meant to destroy, to undermine all the things that are sanctified in Klal Yisrael. In Amir Hashem, with Yizocha to great leaders like Moshe and Aaron, who are so sincere. They represent the machlokas l'shem shamayim when there are differences of opinion, but in order to understand and to reach a level of truth, and not chas v'shalom, a machlokas shalom l'shem shamayim. He writes on that we should be zocher to such in Klal Yisrael, for peace, for shalom, for kiddush Hashem, King Ratzon. Have a wonderful Shabbos.